In Super Bowl 32, much of the pregame attention focused on Green Bay defensive tackle Gilbert Brown. Many experts believed he was the Packer that Denver had to control to run the ball effectively.
Our game plan was not to wear down Gilbert Brown, but to establish the running game. You have to believe in the running game. If you believe in the run, you're going to be able to run the football.
When we look at that team, Denver, we said, man, this is not a typical AFC team. This team runs the ball extremely well.
What's important to remember is that the twin pillars of the Broncos' running game were the stretch play and the toss play. Plays designed to attack the outside edges of the defense, not inside between the tackles, where Gilbert Brown was solely effective.
What the Denver Broncos like to do is attack just outside the tackle box area. What I call their downhill sweep, where Terrell Davis would get the ball and hit just outside the tight end or just outside the tackle.
Broncos toss the football left and right, and the ball looks like it's going wide. It looks like a sweep. But actually what they do is as soon as Terrell gets the ball, he looks to see where the defenders are going, because his offensive linemen are going to basically take them where they want to go. If they jump outside looking for a sweep, they'll push him outside, and you'll see him cut that ball up sometimes right over the guard spot, and he's running what we call downhill. I mean, he's got great body lean. He's running hard. He is running at you. You're not going to flag him with an arm. If you jump inside and you try to just hold your ground there, he has the speed to beat you outside.
The brilliance of Mike Shanahan's game plan in Super Bowl 32 was his understanding that strong safety Leroy Butler, not Gilbert Brown, was the Packer that had to be neutralized in the running game. Butler, number 36, often lined up as a fourth linebacker, giving Green Bay an 8-man defensive front. He was the man who could not be accounted for in the offensive blocking scheme.
We try to do is neutralize Butler, who was a big part of their rushing attack, who would very often be the extra guy in the defensive scheme.
We really kind of played to him, and we took the big play away from Leroy is what we did.
There was no bigger playmaker at the safety position than Butler. In Super Bowl 31, he was the dominant defensive force in Green Bay's victory. What the Broncos did in Super Bowl 32 to counteract Butler was to use the slot formation as their predominant offensive set. You see wide receiver Rod Smith on the outside, wide receiver Ed McCaffrey in the slot on the same side as Smith, and tight end Shannon Sharp on the other side. The more conventional formation would have a wide receiver on each side. Here's Butler, 8 yards off the line of scrimmage. The key is Sharp. His unique ability as a receiver demanded that Butler, arrowed here, match up to Sharp in the passing game. And to prevent Sharp from creating a big play down the field, Butler had to play off the line of scrimmage. The Broncos made Butler account for Sharp in the passing game. That dictated favorable matchups in the running game.
You can't just throw a linebacker out there on him, he'll eat him up. And you don't want to waste a corner on him because there are other receivers, so you have to take your safety, who has those corner skills, and that's Butler. Well, when you've done that, you've isolated your biggest playmaker. And so by formation, you just eliminate him.
Butler did finish with a team-leading 9 tackles, but none of them were within 4 yards of the line of scrimmage.
They're not a slot team, and Shanahan is very creative. And I thought that if they're running so much slot, I see they're trying to go away from our strength.
It was the ideal position that Denver had him in, where he couldn't make plays, because I really feel that Denver felt going into that game they could control the Packer front 7.
If we got 7-on-7, then we were going to be able to run the football, and that's exactly what we got with formation.
It seems as if they had game plans since last minicamp. Everything worked. All the running plays worked.
Davis ran for 157 yards, despite missing almost the entire second quarter with a migraine.
After a while, they were just dictating to us whatever they wanted to do. I should have been able to use my skills to disrupt that, but I wasn't able to do that.
Davis 50, 10, 5, Davis!
The difference in Super Bowl 32 was a brilliantly conceived strategy whose beauty lay in its simplicity.
Get Burris